What is going on, everyone? And welcome back to another episode of Dominate Discussions Unfiltered. I'm Coach Jace. That's Coach Rob. I'm all thrown off. I have no laptop in front of me, as you can see. I forgot it. Coach Rob was kind enough to let me borrow his his iPad for this filming. I got the phone, which is normally what it's filmed on. We're just
So if it looks stupid, blame Coach Jace.
yeah, it's all my fault. It's fine. It don't matter anyway. But Coach, look, all I got to say is, like Jay Johnson said, okay, at 1 a.m., LSU's the best team in the country. This has been proven like 5 or 6 times already this year. Me and Coach Rob have stayed up to watch these games. We did it again. And something about 1:17 in the morning, that magic at 1:17 in the morning. Coach, we saw it against Tennessee. Jared Jones goes walk-off at 1:17 a.m. Coach, this weekend, Friday, I don't know if you knew that, 1:17 again, Ethan Fry hits the walk-off sack fly to center to score Jared Jones.
I knew it was close at that time. I was
Something,
up, and I shouldn't have been up.
Yeah, we were up. I had some 16s waiting. Sounds like Mama's home.
Mama might be. I don't know. She
Just
probably
like
isn't home, and they're about to bust their door in about 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nope, it didn't happen.
Sorry,
Anyway.
anticlimactic. But
Yeah.
Look, the boys are buzzing this afternoon. LSU does their job, takes 2 out of 3. Probably should have swept. Jay Johnson gets tossed yesterday. It was a horrifically called ball game from the home plate umpire. A lot of shit happened. A lot of stuff to break down. Game 1, Game 2, Game 3. You're sitting pretty. You come out today. You're number 1 across the board in every single poll that's out there right now. You're the number 1 team. LSU buzzing going into South Carolina next weekend. But, Coach, before we get to breaking down some LSU games, we got some MLB news to talk about. Breaking news right before we started. Ronald Acuna Jr. starting rehab assignment tomorrow, AAA team. So expecting Ronald Acuna back here pretty soon. What else we got in MLB news on the notes? Let's see. Ellie makes history. We'll get to him in just a second. We got a couple firings. And we got some Mother's Day good things, by the way. Happy
belated Mother's Day to all the mothers out there.
And expecting mothers. Happy belated Mother's Day to you too.
Yes, absolutely. All expecting mothers. Hopefully, it's us pretty soon. I don't think so because of my track record. But we'll see.
Kids, if you're listening, get your parents' permission to listen to us.
We'll see. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, not saying we're going to try. Not saying we're not.
You're going to try without trying.
Yeah. Hold on. I think I need to fix something. Just keep talking real quick.
Okay. I'll keep talking. We had a few firings this week. Pirates former manager now, Derek Shelton, gone after not a good start for them, 12-21 or something like that to start. Rockies fire longtime coach Bud Black. He's out the door.
About fucking time.
Yeah, about 3 years too late, 4 years too late. But Pirates fire manager Derek Shelton, they got an interim that takes over. I can't think of his name. He takes over, wins his first game, gets tossed his second game. Pretty cool shit there for the weekend. And then it comes down to Ellie De La Cruz, my preseason MVP pick.
Say his name again?
Ellie De La Cruz.
Thank you.
He is the first player in Major League history with 115 extra base hits and stolen bases through his first 300 games. So Ellie out here making history. We know he's a speed demon on the bases. Put a ball in the gap, automatic double, triple at least. He gets on first base, just put him on second because he's too good. He's too fast. You're not throwing him out.
He's very close to making a very good argument for way too early MVP.
Well, it was my preseason pick.
Yeah, so. I mean, yeah, but I'm saying like that's a prediction. This is almost like at this point in time in the season, it's almost like oh shit, like this could happen.
His bat got to get going a little bit. He's got a long way to go. You got a guy in Pete Alonso who is actually hitting like 340 right now.
I don't give 2 fucks what Pete Alonso does.
Shohei, Nando, Lindor, PCA. I mean, these guys are going nuts right now.
Yeah.
In National League. So he's got a ways to go to catch up when it comes down to just looking at numbers specifically. Right. But I want to give a little shout out to Ellie, making history there. Anytime, again, college baseball for another month and a half, and then we'll dive back into some MLB stuff. But when history's made, want to talk about it. When there's big news made, we want to talk about it a little bit. So, Ellie makes history. Acuna starting his rehab tomorrow. Pirates and Rockies fired their coach. And let's talk. Mother's Day was yesterday, and for the first time, the Rangers and Tigers make history. Jason, Josh Young.
Oh yeah,
For the first time since Mother's Day became a holiday in 1914, that two brothers have played on Mother's Day, and one actually hit a homer. The mom came out. She had half Rangers, half Tigers.
right.
She had already made her own jersey that way, but the teams gifted her a second jersey.
That's insane.
Yeah. She didn't throw out the first pitch, but she got to get the game ball. She walked it to the pitcher's mound, put it on the mound itself.
Yeah.
And then walked and had her two sons come out. They took a picture with her and, played baseball. But
did Mama Jung give clarification on how to say, is it Young or Jung?
I think it's like a Young. It's not really Young with a Y, but it's not Jung either. It's almost like a GY. Young.
Okay.
Yeah, it's kind of weird.
Yeah, I guess. I'm hearing an echo. Are you hearing an echo?
I am hearing a little echo.
I think it's coming from the iPad. And again, all your fault for not
It is all my fault.
getting the right equipment for today that we need. You knew we were recording today and you went,
did.
oh no.
I did.
Yeah, so
I didn't know.
So you
when
know
we were
what,
recording.
folks? If
I didn't know.
If
actually,
the quality of this one is
until-
not like everything else we normally do,
until let's see.
I say I don't apologize because Jace definitely should apologize. I mean,
I already did. I didn't know until 3:45 actually that we were recording today.
I just figured it was a given.
Well,
Series
we
is
didn't
over.
record last Monday. We recorded.
Yeah,
Tuesday
I
last
know.
week.
It was
Mostly because it was Cinco, but you also said in your text probably a better thing that we record Tuesday instead of Monday. So.
Well, yeah, but you decided to go drinking. We could have done that here.
It's fine.
Anyways,
okay. Everything is okay.
Anyways, everything is right in the world because now LSU has done what we wanted them to do all year, and they are now number one again this season. And I think that stays. I think that stays going into the SEC tournament. I think it could possibly stay going into the regional, depending on what happens in the SEC tournament. But I don't think ranking should affect your I don't think your conference tournament should affect your ranking. I don't think. I think if you're number one to the end of the regular season, guess what? You're fucking number one.
Yeah.
So no midweek game this week.
Nope.
But we go ahead and we take 2 out of 3 against Arkansas. Jay gets thrown out in game 3. I was there, 2 rows behind home plate. I think I made it on TV one time because Hunter texted me and he said, "Hey, you got something in your beard?" I was like, "I don't have a beard." I was like, "I have a mustache." And he was like, "No, I'm just fucking with you." He said, nice seats though. Shout out to MMR, my former employee.
There you go.
Yeah. Actually, I gotta try to fix this because this is pissing me off.
Is it bothering you?
Yeah, it really is because I think it's coming from this iPad.
I think it's from the iPad too. It's the only thing it could be. Aside from that, I'm not really sure what's going on too. I'm just here so I don't get fired. Hey, how are we doing today? Welcome back to Diamond Discussions, everyone. I don't hear it anymore. We're good?
I think so. I just think that the volume was turned up just a hair.
Yeah, just a little bit, and you can hear it.
So you can hear a little bit of it. But no, check this out. So LSU takes 2 out of 3. Game 1 ended 1:17 in the morning, like you said. Ethan Fry, he ended up hitting sack fly, right?
Friday, yeah.
Yeah, so he hit the sack fly after Gabe was talking shit about Ethan Fry, saying this piece of shit doesn't deserve to be in the lineup. Why is Jake Brown not in the lineup? Which I can make that, we can make that argument, right? Jake Brown is not in the lineup, and he probably should have been. 100% should have been.
Well, if you look at what he did on Saturday.
Right, absolutely. But
if you look at him versus lefty.
If you look at what Ethan Fry did.
Yeah.
You have to find a way to keep both those guys in the lineup.
Yeah, at this point, I think Josh Pearson might have lost his spot as a starter. Unless you're throwing a righty and you don't want Fry up in there. You hear it still a little bit?
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, I just don't know where the fuck it's coming from.
I heard it a little bit too.
It's not coming from a laptop. It's not coming from the TV. Because the TV's muted.
Yeah.
It's got to be coming from an iPad.
Yeah. Well, hopefully you can't hear it on the recording.
Yeah,
But if
hopefully you can't hear it on the recording.
it's
If
my
you
fault
can,
anyway.
yeah, it's Coach Jace's fault. Anyways,
but Ethan Fry, look, that's one of the points that I have in the notes is got to talk about Ethan Fry here. And like you said, this is updated as to this past weekend. His last 4 SEC starts, he's 8 for 14. That's a 571 average. He has 3 doubles and 2 homers. So 5 out of those 8 hits are for extra base hits.
Yeah.
7 RBIs.
So, Gabe, if you're listening, which I know you do because you text me every time we say some dumb shit.
And you leave comments.
Right. You leave comments on your YouTube channel. Thank you for that. Ethan Fry is dude's good.
He's hot.
Dude's good. I wish I could probably pull up a text thread that ended up finishing out the day because Gabe was just, I mean, he was relentless. Right.
Relentless.
So, yeah, whatever. Yeah. So he ended up, what is it right here? So I sent you that original text, right? And
Yep.
I said Fry double.
Yeah, Fry
Because
double.
Ethan Fry had a double.
Yep.
So I said Fry double. He said, I take it back. I listened to too much Moscona.
Yeah.
Right. So I just, some other shit happened in the game or whatever. And I said Fry nuke. Gabe is nowhere to be found. All right. No text, no nothing. So I texted at 1:20 a.m. I said, would you look at that, Gabe? Ethan Fry, walk-off sack fly. Okay. He responded the next morning. I say next morning. It was Saturday at 12:30, like noon, right? PM.
So same day, but later.
Right. 11 hours later. He replied to my text and said, sold. Right. He sold on Ethan Fry. Okay. And then I think Fry ended up doing something. His first at bat, or no, it might have been Jake Brown.
Jake Brown hit a homer
to
start the game. 3-run homer to start the game.
So Aiden texted and he said, "Start him, coach." And then Gabe sends the what is it? Fucking from The Last Dance, the curly headed white dude.
Yeah, that's like this.
That did like that. Yeah, he sent that give. Like, okay, like Gabe, I get it. They both need to be in lineup. And I think if I were to make a lineup today, you'd have Milam in there, you have Braswell in there, starting at third, Milam at short, Dickinson at second, Jared Jones at first. You would have Jake Brown and right, Ethan Fry at DH. I don't care righty or lefty, right? And then you got Stanfield, Curiel in center and left. And behind the plate, you got Hernandez or Aaron Beatty. Aaron Beatty proved himself, I think. He started in game 2 and hit a missile.
He didn't just hit a missile. He also went 3 for 4 in that game, Aaron Beatty. Also in that game, Jake Brown goes 3 for 4 with 2 homers. The second one was off the Mizuno. Was it Mizuno? It's not Mizuno. Marucci. Off the Marucci.
What the fuck are you thinking of? Because the Mizuno headquarters are in Atlanta.
Yeah, he about hit it to Atlanta.
He hit it very far.
That ball left his bat, and me and Victoria were on the couch watching the game, and he hit it, and I said, "Holy fuck, Jake Brown, get the fuck out of here with your second absolute bomb of the day."
Oh yeah, no, it was gone.
Yeah, it was gone. And Jake Brown goes 3 for 4 in that game. Ethan Fry goes 2 for 3 in the game with 4 RBIs.
Yeah.
Jake Brown had 5 RBIs. This is a game LSU won 13-3. Got ugly late for LSU. Bullpen really didn't do their job. Call it lack of focus. Call it whatever it was. We saw Maverick Rizzi be absolutely dominant last weekend. And again, on Sunday, we did not see that same Maverick Rizzi on Saturday in this game. I think it's just a lack of focus when you're.
I think Einstein has to go 7 here.
I think Einstein should have came back out. He was under 100 pitches. What did he finish with?
93.
Yeah, finished with 93. They pull him at a 12-0 game. Hope to get through the 7th inning without giving up 3. They end up giving up 3. You know, we went through how many pitchers in that
4.
inning? 4.
Oh, 3.
3 pitchers in that
Rizzi,
inning.
Primo, and then Jaden Newt closed it out.
And
Jaden Newt pitched 1 inning, and Rizzi and Primo both got 0 outs recorded.
Yeah, and it's one of those deals where the game would have went to the 8th inning had Arkansas forgot how to catch a strike 3 and forget how to throw the ball around. If you saw the ending to the game, it was insane. We had 2 outs. Dickinson was on second. I think who was up at the plate at that time? I think it was Milam up. When all that happened. Yeah, Milam strikes out.
Yeah, Milam strikes out.
It's a pass ball and there's no shot at throwing
It
in
was
your
a wild.
first.
They scored at a wild pitch.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, they did. So
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
reading
reach
right
first
here. It
on
says
a
reach
wild
first
pitch.
on a wild pitch. Dickinson advanced to third on a wild pitch. Scored.
Yeah, so catcher gets the ball. Looks like he's going to throw to first. If you're asking me, it looked like third base coach was just waving him the whole way, expect him to throw to first, like don't stop.
So
and then he didn't, and he looks to third, hesitates a little bit. Catcher takes a few steps, then throws one. And I want to talk about third base because he made a hell of a play to be diving away from the ball, backhand scoop, gets up, and he's just falling backwards. He throws the ball. It's high. Dickinson slides in safe just by a little bit. Umpire gets a little jump safe call up in there. That was hilarious. I saw a lot of people making fun of him.
Yeah.
We're not really making fun of him, but
what's his
like,
name? Bruce Buffer.
Yeah.
Or no. Yeah, Bruce Buffer. It's time. He jumps. He quit doing that. He quit doing that within the last 2 years. I think his hips started getting bad. So when he landed in so much impact on his hips, he stopped it. But we used to make fun of him all the time when he would jump in those UFC events because we watch a lot of them.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I thought for some unknown fucking reason, I might not have been watching with my full, eyesight. But I thought that Dickinson was already on third.
No.
Right, that's what I thought. But reading this, he was on second. And what bothered me about Ethan Fry and that at bat he strikes out swinging. There's a lot of striking out swinging, which I'm glad. I'm proud of. I know fucking Ianson had 11.
Do you have the notes pulled up?
The notes, yes.
You do have them pulled up?
But I mean they're covered. Wow, what's up?
I was going to say, guess how many strikeouts LSU had this weekend? Offensively strikeouts.
Offensive
strikeouts in all three games.
All three, 27.
35.
Jesus Christ.
Guess how many walks?
5.
14.
Okay.
But as a team, you go 30 for 103. You hit 291, which is a lot better. Remember, in our last episode, I came on here and said, over your last 12 games, you're 5-7. You're hitting 214 as a team. The bats cannot stay stagnant this long. You're too good, and you had to figure it out this weekend. My buddy texted me. He's like, hey, what's your prediction for the weekend? I said, I think it's sweep LSU or LSU gets swept. There's no in between. It ended up being in between. And one of his things was why. And again, this is at let me pull it up since I actually have my phone for this episode. Stagnant. Where? Hold on.
And here we go. This is the point where we normally try to fill in like an advertisement. So if you are looking to advertise a local podcast, this would be the point. This would be the point in time where your ad would get featured in because Coach Jace is losing his thought. That and he doesn't have his laptop. He doesn't have everything in front of him that he's used to.
So
he's having to go back and forth.
It's crazy.
Yeah. Normally at this point, Coach Jace just goes, you know what? We'll try again tomorrow, and he'll fucking go home and call it a day.
Yeah, well, we can't do that right now, but
yeah, that's true.
So he texted me here on Friday at 9:58 in the morning. What's your prediction for the series?
Okay.
And so here's essentially what I said. I'm hoping for two things. LSU's week off gives them a reset and the bats get going. We're 5 of 7 over the last 12, hitting like 214, so it's time to get going. And then later in the game, he asked me something, and I said, what did I tell you earlier? The bats cannot stay stagnant much longer. And, we scored what did we score in the first game? You don't have it pulled up either?
Yeah, well, hold on.
Let me keep
hold
scrolling
on.
here.
I'm doing math.
We scored 5 in the first game.
I'm doing math right now.
And had some homers. We scored 13 in the second game. We score 4 in the fourth game. I mean, look, this is our third game. This is a team that the offense cannot keep hitting 214 and expect to be successful in the long run of Arkansas, South Carolina, SEC tourney, regional supers, Omaha. It's not going to happen. Especially when you weren't getting hits with guys in scoring position. Okay? The bats came alive. And it's like, yes, we had 35 strikeouts, which is way too many, first off. 15 of those were on Sunday, by the way.
Right.
Way too many strikeouts. Okay? But at the same time, the balls that we put in play, you missed.
I did.
The balls that we put in play were hit hard. And guess what? I can live with hard hit outs. What I can't live with is 37 hoppers to the third baseman because you refuse to hit the ball the other way, and pop outs to the infield on 3-1, 2-0, 2-2 counts with guys in scoring position. It can't happen. We got to get the ball in the outfield. We got to hit the ball on the ground. Make them make a play. That has been the MO all year long. You make them make a play. And whenever we've done that, it's paid off. I mean, look at it versus A&M that Friday game. We sent 2 guys home on Friday that were out by a mile. I'm talking not close. And all A&M had to do was catch it and throw it. The catcher bobbles it at home when Malam's out by 9 steps. Next, I forget who it was that next one, ball to the left fielder. The left fielder is throwing the ball in as our runner is touching third base.
Yeah.
And the shortstop fumbles it. Caden Kent fumbles it, tries to throw it in. It's too late, and we score. I'm talking, we would have been out by miles. But the MO all year has been make them make a play. And that's exactly what we did with Danny in the Saturday game. You make the team make a play, and whenever they don't, luckily for LSU, has been more successful than not this year.
Yeah, I'm doing some math here, and I got a little bit more to do. But so far, what I'm doing is I'm going over the Aloy brothers stats on the weekend.
Yeah,
Because that's a big key of this Arkansas offense. If they can get going, then they can score a lot of runs, right?
well, you're talking about the second Aloy that hits 4-hole for him.
Yeah, that's the younger brother, I believe.
Yeah, the younger brother came from BYU, I think. But
yeah.
But I mean, you're talking about a second brother that hits 4-hole for him that leads the SEC in RBIs.
Yeah.
And he had a few this weekend. Most of them came in the game 3 because I mean LSU really did their job against both Aloy brothers in 2 games. And this was the game 3 is a factor of game 2. Right? And what do I really mean by that? Me and you both said Anthony's got to come back out in the 7th. Right? Finish the game, shut the door, call it a day, go to Sunday with your entire bullpen. You don't do that. Bullpen struggles. Arkansas gets hot, gets a few hits in that inning, right? And all of a sudden, that momentum carries over to Saturday where they put up a 7 spot on, or Sunday, and they put up a 7 spot on us. You had to keep the bats cold. And granted, I know in the 6th inning, they pieced up Anthony a couple times. They put barrel on the ball a couple times. I got it. But the hits weren't racking up one after another, after another, after another. It was one and then an out and then an out and then another hit and then another hit and then third out. Like they weren't coming in bunches. This bullpen that we had, the hits came in bunches and pieced too.
Yeah.
I mean, no homers, but just piece balls. I mean, just crushed.
I mean, you're looking anywhere from 95 to 105, 107.
Yeah.
Off the bat. So the Aloy brothers, right? This weekend wasn't their best outing this weekend.
No.
Okay, and I mean you don't have to look at the numbers as long as you watch the games, you understood that those guys were kind of kept silent. So far on the weekend, I say so far on the weekend total, those 2 guys, 3 RBIs total, 5 walks between the 2 of them, 5 for 22, 10 strikeouts.
Oof.
Yes. Between those 2. Now,
so almost half of their at-bats came via the strikeout.
Now, the older brother, I forget his actual name, but he's a shortstop.
He got a very odd name to say.
Yes. Yeah, it's Aloy, the shortstop Aloy.
W. Aloy.
Yes. He had 2 in the first game, 3 in the second, 3 in the third.
Strikeouts?
Yeah.
What, dude, something about him looked very uncomfortable.
So 10 strikeouts total.
Yeah.
And 8 by him.
Did you see his second at bat Friday? If you watch
did I see it? Yes. Do I remember it? No.
Okay, his second at bat Friday looked like he didn't even want to be in the box. He got in there and just stood there and watched 3 perfect pitches.
Yeah.
Go past him. I mean, it was the oddest thing. I even texted my buddy Blake, who's the other guy that I always talk about on here that I text about the game.
Yeah.
I texted him, was like, he didn't even look like he wanted to be in the box.
No.
Like he looked like he just didn't care to be there.
No, and if you look at it now, I mean, look, this Friday night game, Arkansas hitting I mean, they were 11 for 37, which isn't bad. All right, you had 11 hits and you lost the game. I want to look at the LOB number, which it's not on here, I don't believe. I don't think it's on here.
What,
But
the left on base?
yeah. Yeah,
I
left
don't
on
think we
base.
had that many left on base this weekend, to be honest with
Well,
you.
I'm talking about for Arkansas. Because if you have 11 hits and score 4 runs, like LSU only had 9 hits and we scored 5.
Yeah.
Right? Arkansas out hit us in game 1, not game 2, but they were close in game 2. That's why I want to see their numbers for that too, because if you have 8 hits and score 3 runs and lose 13-3, how many did you fucking leave on base?
Mm-hmm.
Right. Which I think ESPN doesn't have that number. I think LSU, the box score on the LSU website has that number. But
You want me to look at it?
no, you don't have to.
This is for the weekend or just what game?
I mean, just I guess the weekend. But I mean, it's got to be a lot. Like, and so look, in game 3, both teams had 10 hits, and we lost 7-4. I think they had more quality, not necessarily quality at bats, but quality hits. You know what I mean? Their hits meant a little bit more, and that's the key. That's the key to the game. If you can make your clutch at bats turn into hits,
Mm-hmm.
then I think you can win a game.
Absolutely.
Like, you runners in scoring position, you have to be able to drive those guys in, and if you can't, then that's right there, you lose the game.
Yes.
Now, if you're getting hits with nobody on base, then yeah, it's good. That starts it, but it just depends on what are the guys after you going to do.
Yep.
And we kind of showed them. We showed them, hey, they might have just swept Texas, but we run this shit, especially at home at the box.
Yeah.
Now the one thing LSU cannot do,
is overlook South Carolina.
is lose 2 out of 3 to South Carolina this weekend. That's the one thing LSU cannot do. You said it before this series. LSU has to win 4 more games.
Yep.
And now there's 3 left, and we've won 2. So you win 2 more games, and you're good. You are the consensus. I would say you are the number 1 seed come regional time. You're okay. I'm sorry, top 3. You're top 3 because somebody might play somebody. You know, I don't know who Texas plays this weekend. I don't know who Florida State plays this weekend, but I'm sure Florida State plays fucking nobody.
If you win 2 out of 3, you're number 1 team in the country.
Yeah, but then they started looking at it's kind of like college football playoff, right? You can be number 1, but if number 2, their strength of schedule and all this other bullshit when they're picking seeds.
Oh yeah, their RPI. They're going to look at RPI.
They're going to look at RPIs.
They're going to look at RPI.
And
sure.
I think LSU is one of the better RPIs.
I don't think so. Actually, I think they got one of the worst RPIs.
Really?
Yeah, RPI college baseball. I just looked at this the other day too. I knew I should have screenshotted this shit.
Yes, wait. Actually, I can pull it up right here.
RPI. LSU is
7th.
7th.
Mm-hmm.
But you're behind Arkansas, Texas, Vandy, Auburn, Georgia.
Yeah, and Oregon State.
Well, I was just sticking with SEC.
Yeah, but I'm saying, like, as far as like regionals go.
Yeah, and Alabama's at 8.
So would this be the seeding?
No.
I'm just like, because LSU's number 1 seed.
Yeah, it can't be
right now.
Yep.
In my opinion, LSU's number 1.
Here is what's going to hurt LSU. Okay, this is what's going to hurt LSU. Strength of schedule: Georgia's at 10, Texas at 17, Auburn at 1, Arkansas at 32, Vandy at 3, Oregon State at 28, Florida State at 38, Clemson at 15, Tennessee at 41, North Carolina 56, Coastal 71. Okay, keep all that in mind. Alabama at 36, Ole Miss at 11, Florida at 5, which we'll talk about Florida here in just a second. Guess where LSU's at strength of schedule wise? 44th.
How?
Because they're playing the midweek nobodies of Louisiana.
Okay.
And you got these teams
You're
in
going to
Georgia.
punish somebody for their schedule? That's been scheduled for...
Yes. Look
What do you want them to do midweek?
Look what happened again. The Grambling game last weekend that got canceled.
Yeah, it got canceled. If they would have played that game, even if they would have won it, they'd have dropped 5 RPI points.
Yes, and you lose, you drop 72 RPI points. Like, we don't have a strong state. Texas, Texas is playing
Texas State, which beats them every fucking time.
Yeah, and you got a bunch of teams there. Florida's playing Florida State, which, again, we'll talk about them. That was a midweek game for them. That's what started this run. Yeah, that's what started this run. Coastal Carolinas, that's still close. That's playing the Georgias. That's playing the Floridas. That's playing the Dukes and the North Carolinas and stuff in midweek. I mean, the strength of when you compare Tulane and Southeastern, and just not take away from those teams, because Southeastern's really good. They're going to be in the field of 64. But those teams are not Florida versus Florida State in a midweek.
No, it's
not.
It's
ranked. It's not the same thing.
Now, how good is Florida State? Can they compete in the SEC, or are they like a mid-tier team? That's the question you have to ask. I don't understand how every single
they're ranked number 2 in the country.
Okay.
But I mean, if you're comparing everybody to the SEC,
well, I mean, that's what I'm saying. So I don't understand how LSU's strength of schedule is at 40 something.
It's because of the midweeks, though.
Yeah, but midweeks
matter. I mean, we've talked about this for years.
They do matter. They do matter if you lose them, right? Or if to me, if it's a close game, you should destroy every midweek team. But that's normally everybody around the country, though.
Yeah, but whenever LSU's playing a Southern and Florida's playing a number 9 Florida State at the time, it's a completely different ball game.
Yeah, I can agree.
And it's not take away from the Louisiana teams. I'm a Louisiana boy, but you're not as strong as some of these other teams.
Or Mississippi State playing Ole Miss in a midweek game for fucking shits and giggles. I don't understand that one.
Dude, it's just one of those things where they take all this shit into account, and but I can't see a situation. The farthest back I can see LSU going is 3.
Yeah.
Maybe number 4 overall. And the only reason I say you go back to 4 overall is if Auburn sweeps, and because they beat you, they jump ahead of you to number 3. But if Florida State handles their business, if Texas handles their business, if Auburn handles their business, if LSU handles their business, that's your top 4 teams in the country.
North Carolina's not there?
No, I don't think so.
Oregon's not there?
No.
Even though they have a better record than all of them.
They do, but let's see who Auburn has in this last weekend. Auburn didn't they have like the hardest?
I thought they did.
They're at Ole Miss.
Oh, okay, no.
And they have a midweek. Wow, they have a midweek?
Yeah, some of those weird. I don't understand it.
That's pretty goofy.
But LSU at 40-12. First of all, 40 wins. What an accomplishment. I mean, you should have that every year if you're this team.
Guess how many 40-win teams there are currently sitting right now today?
I'm looking at 1, 2.
No, don't look. I said guess.
No, I'm just saying, because there's probably more that I'm just not counting. I'm seeing.
You're looking.
I am.
Stop looking. I said guess.
I'm seeing 5.
All right, there's 10.
Okay.
Now, some of these, I think this is Liberty, maybe. There's one on here I don't know. Do you know whose symbol that is? Not LSU.
That's Coastal.
Oh, is that Coastal?
Yeah, that's Coastal Carolina.
Okay, so you got Georgia, Texas, Bama, LSU, Coastal, West Virginia, Connecticut, Louisville, Western Kentucky, and not Liberty. Fuck.
Lipscomb?
No. I
thought you said Liberty.
Is it? It might be Liberty's.
Show it to me.
Oh shit! Of course that goes away.
Oh my god. Welcome to Diamond Deck Discussions, where Coach Jace doesn't know. Oh fuck.
Yeah, thank you.
Who is that?
It might be Liberty.
Liberty. This is not a paper motion.
Liberty.
We don't own the rights to that song.
It's Bibberty. All right, it's not Liberty.
Bibbity.
That is not Liberty's thing. Let's see.
40, well, welcome, Diesel. How are you?
40 win. Man, I just said their name too right before I started that.
Okay, so you said there's 10. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 in the top 10.
Dude, who is this team though?
Or 7 in the top 25. Northwestern, they're at 41.
Maybe it's Northeastern. Oh, Lamar.
Northeastern.
Yeah, must be Lamar.
Lamar.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There's 10 teams.
Is Lamar or
It's Lamar. That's who it is.
Is Northeastern in there?
Yeah. So Northeastern must be at Louisville Cardinal, I guess, because Louisville's not up in here. No, that'd be Lamar Cardinal.
Yeah.
Well, shit, I don't know which one Northeastern is.
I don't know. Probably that fucking top hat dude. I don't know.
I don't know. Arkansas Coastal, Western Kentucky, Northeastern Lamar, Georgia LSU, Austin P.
That's
Texas,
it. That's
West
who.
Virginia.
That's who that
it
is.
It's Austin P. Yep, that's who it is. So yeah, 10.
P is not at P. It's Peay.
Yeah.
Weird way to
10
spell
of them
P.
in there.
Yeah.
Speaking
Look,
of P,
go P, bud. But look, this is.
I did not do that before we started this episode.
I'm shocked you didn't. Honestly, he does it every time.
It's not been my day.
Coach Jace has a baby bladder. He has a very small bladder, and it also has not been his day. I will give him that. He just, I don't know what's going on with him today. Wait, now that I'm thinking about it, no one has challenged us to MLB The Show. I know I can't exactly play right now because I'm in class. I actually have a chemistry test tomorrow I need to go study for. But nobody's challenged us to MLB The Show because Jace just started playing online for a little bit and actually said he did pretty good. Me and him played a co-op game, and we're also accepting co-op challenges as well. If anybody wants to do that, this is it's easily one of the easiest challenges that I've ever done. Nobody's done it, so I win. I just win everything. But anyway,
What'd you win?
I just said nobody's challenged us to the MLB The Show yet, so therefore we just win.
It's probably a good thing. I mean,
I said we do co-op too.
yeah.
That's fine. We should have kind of addressed that at the beginning, but look, this LSU team has they have a chance. They have a chance to do it again. And here we go. Right. So let's just say rankings are what they are, and that's what they use. These D1 baseball top 25.
Mm-hmm.
And let's also say that the 2 seed is 17 through 32. Okay. And if you go by who's the first 2 seed goes into 1 regional, who's number 17?
I don't know. Who is it? You probably got it right.
Tennessee.
Oh, Jesus. They can't do that.
I don't think they can.
They can't do that.
I don't think they can.
Dude, you know the oddest thing? I saw something today that said LSU is currently the 4 seed in the SEC tournament. And I really don't know how. They have Tennessee as the 1 seed. And I don't know how. I don't know how.
Were you looking at last year?
No. This was today, and I went and look it up. I don't know how. I tried to just now look up like how the SEC tournament seeds people, but I don't know. Somehow it can't be right. I thought it went by a record, but I guess it doesn't.
So it's supposed to. So LSU is currently the 3 seed.
Yeah.
Which I want to see. Oh, yeah. Right here. I was going to see if maybe if they had the bracket. I'm going to probably just have to look that.
I mean, they do have the bracket
individually,
up, but it doesn't have where teams are at right now.
Yeah. So SEC baseball tournament bracket. That's what I want. Yeah, that's what I want right there. Baseball championship bracket. Here, I'm gonna put it over here so you can see it.
Oh, thank you. Oh, why? Thank you.
Okay. Oh, fuck.
1 seed.
Okay. So what is that? 3 seed?
That's 2 right there.
That's
Down
2.
1
That's
is 3.
4. So 3.
3 right there.
Okay. So we would play. What's that number?
14 and 11.
14 and 11.
And then that team versus the 6.
Okay. Remember those numbers. 14, 11, 6. right, now we go standings. 14, 11, 6. All right, so we're the 3. So let's see.
14 is South Carolina.
14 is A&M
Ugh, gross.
versus 11. So we 13, 14. I'm sorry. So 14, 13, 12, 11.
Wow.
Oklahoma. So A&M, Oklahoma.
Yeah.
And then they would play the 6, which would be Oklahoma's 11, so 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, Auburn. So then we'd play winner of either Auburn, Oklahoma, or A&M.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Which we've won the series versus Oklahoma. We lost the series versus the other two.
Yeah.
Dude, but either way you
They
look
actually
at
got
it,
swept
dude,
against Auburn.
even if you're
by
the
way.
1 seed, I mean, the 1 seed, that's the thing about the SEC. There is no easy game.
Right.
Look, we just lost 2 out of 3 to A&M, and then Missouri goes to A&M and sweeps them for their first 3 wins of SEC play. Sweeps them.
Yeah. That was insane.
Shoot, it's like my buddy texted me. It was like Blake texted me. Missouri getting a sweep versus A&M was not on my bingo card. Absolutely not. You could have asked any betting man out there. I guarantee you, they picked A&M to at least, if not win the series, to at least win a game.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, and dude, it's just one of those things. So I did some mathing here.
Yeah, I see. That's what I was just
based off of strictly SEC rankings and schedule. If that's how the field of SEC play schedules it, here's how LSU gets in as a top four seed, because all 16 make it, single elimination throughout. All as a top 4 seed, this is how LSU gets in. 1, sweep and you're in. Okay, win 2, and Georgia, Auburn, Vandy all lose 1, and you're in the top 4 seed. Win 1, have Georgia, Auburn, Vandy all lose 2, and you're in. If you get swept, you need everybody to get swept, and it's not going to happen. Okay, that's unrealistic to even think about. So LSU, you go to South Carolina, you're facing Palmineri. He's going to ruin all your chances. That's his old stomping ground. You have to handle business this week. Cade Anderson, we hope you're healthy. Need you this week. Anthony, need you this week. Chase Shore's out the bullpen. Need you this week. You had a great outing this past week, Friday and Sunday. Great job. Those are the guys that you're going to need, and it's going to be so key for LSU to take 2 out of 3. More than Tennessee, more than Arkansas, more than any other time. Right now, you cannot go into this series, see a 5-23 record for South Carolina and think you're just going to walk these dudes down and they're not going to show up to play. This is your old head coach. They want to ruin your top 4 chances. They want you to not be the number 1 team in the country. They are treating this as their World Series because they are not getting into the round of 64. They can go all the way through and win the SEC tournament. They are not getting to the round of 64. This is their championship this weekend. Okay? You're the number 1 seed. You're the number 1 team. No ifs, ands, or buts about it in the country. You have done your job. You have done what you need to do. The bats have gotten hot. The pitching staff is here. The starters are here. The bullpen, Rizzy, Shores. I'll give some love to DJ. He has looked good his last few outings.
Yes.
Cooper, Connor Ware, Grant Fontenot. Let's get some more love and run out of Grant Fontenot because his last few outings have been fantastic. You are getting the bullpen doing what they needed to be doing all year long, and it's coming along at the right time. You have got to go win 2 out of 3 at worst. Yeah. At absolute worst, 2 out of 3. Absolute best, obviously, is a clean sweep. You come back home. We get ready for the SEC tournament. As I said last week, I do not care about the SEC tournament. Get ready to host in Baton Rouge. Your regional, win that. Super regional in Baton Rouge, win that. Let's go to the Final 8, Elite 8. Well, I don't know if we can use that term in baseball, actually. Let's go to the Final 8 in Omaha.
And go do your job.
Yeah,
it's just known as going to Omaha.
The only thing that scares me about Omaha is LSU is very scary away from home. Like, they're so inconsistent away from Alex Box.
So speaking of away from home, right? So you talked about 3 teams: Georgia, Auburn, Vandy.
Mm-hmm.
So I just went to go look at who the fuck they play.
Yeah.
So Georgia has A&M at Georgia.
Yep.
A&M playing away. I think Georgia's got that locked up.
I think Georgia takes the series, but I wouldn't be surprised to see A&M take this series. They're coming off of an embarrassing weekend. They are fighting to get in the round of 64, which, by the way, everything I said last weekend about A&M being hot, they deserve their round of 64. I take it all back. Fuck them bitches. They need to win this weekend if they want to get in the round of 64. They'll be motivated to do so. So that's going to be – dude, I'll tell you, that's going to be a really good series.
It is. Now, you also have in here, if we win 2.
Mm-hmm.
So say we win 2 and Georgia sweeps. Mm-hmm. We're out of the top 4?
Georgia would be ahead of us.
So all 3 of these teams have to do this thing for us to be out of the top 4.
Correct.
All right, I got some confidence in because Auburn is at Ole Miss, and I think that bitch is going to be rocking.
Oh, that'll be
I think game. That bitch is going to be rocking. And then you look at Vandy. Vandy's in Nashville against Kentucky.
It's going to be a good series. Kentucky's also fighting to they'll be in the round of 64. They're fighting to get a better seed.
Yeah, I think. Now, speaking of Vanderbilt, well, one last thing, and then we'll go ahead and close it out. Did you see?
We can't close it out. We got 2 more things to talk about.
Okay, well, just real quick. Did you see the end of Vandy, Tennessee?
It's so pathetic. Tennessee, get over yourself. Okay, learn to fucking lose.
You saw who was the front of that pile
in Tennessee?
Yeah.
Yes.
Fucking what's his name? That tried to buck up to Jared Jones.
Yeah. Well, it was the guy off at third base first, not Dean Curley, but the other one that's been at Tennessee.
I was talking about the shorts. Antigua.
Yeah, you're talking about Antigua.
Yeah. Antigua.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
But look, Tennessee, learn how to lose, okay? I love Tennessee. We both do. We both love Tony V. I love the cockiness and stuff that y'all play with. But when you lose, walk off the fucking field, okay? Yeah. You're not hard for fucking losing at home, okay? Get off the fucking field.
Yeah.
And I get, look, if you look at that series, it was very testy all weekend. Very testy.
Very testies.
Yeah, very testies, okay?
Yes.
So I get it. And, by all means, let your emotions run wild. Wear them on your shoulder. I'm all here for it. But when you lose, get off the field. You lost.
Yeah.
Okay? It's just like, what's it? Who did Florida play this weekend?
Oh, fuck. Hold on. I got it.
Tell me who Florida played this weekend. Because it's the same thing in that game. You're down like 8-1 at the time. Okay. And Florida walks a guy. And this dude flips his bat on a walk. Texas. Okay.
Yeah, I saw that shit.
Flips his bat on a walk.
No, I saw the Texas guy do that bullshit.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Florida walked a guy.
Yeah.
The Texas bat, they're down 7 or 8-1 at this point.
Yeah.
He flips his bat.
You should have seen a hole that bat.
He's very slow taking all of his shit off. He takes a very slow walk to first base.
Was it number 55, I believe?
He's talking shit to the pitcher the whole time. Like, dude, you are down big.
A lot.
Like, shut the fuck up and get down the line.
You're down a lot. Yeah.
All right. 3 more things real quick. Since I just mentioned Florida, I want to talk about this. Florida, whatever series they get into, where are we at right now? Right at an hour? Or right at like 50 minutes?
40-something.
All right, 40-something. Perfect. Florida, whoever gets them as a 2 or 3 seed, oh my God, good luck. These guys are 14. Since they got swept by Vandy, they are 15-4, including a midweek versus, at the time, number 9 Florida State. You sweep Mizzou. You take 2 out of 3 from Mississippi State, 2 out of 3 from Arkansas. You sweep South Carolina, and then you just took 2 out of 3 from Texas. This team might be the hottest team in all of college baseball right now. Whoever draws them in their regional, boy, do I feel bad for them. Cross my fingers, it's not our LSU Tigers. One more thing I want to talk about, and then we'll go to your thing that you want to change.
Jonah Williams.
Yes, that's who it was.
That's who it was, number 55.
Yep.
Yeah, pussy.
One more thing I want to talk about, just because I want to give some love where love might not be seen a lot or be given a lot. That is the Army-Navy games this weekend. We had a guy, Saturday's starting pitcher, Justin Lamont. Hopefully I say your name right. Justin Lamont, coach, he goes 7 innings, 11 hits, 1 earned run, 6 Ks, and 3 walks. You might be thinking, average start.
It's not a bad start line.
142 pitches.
That's bad.
In 7 innings.
That's not good.
This game was 9-1 at the time they got through the 7th, then finally go to the bullpen. 9-1. You're leaving this man in at 142 pitches. Absolutely insane start from him. Well done. But my goodness, I hope your arm doesn't fall off. Now, look, earlier in the year, we saw Cade Anderson go 135. This is only 7
but
pitches
he went
more.
9.
Yeah, he did go 9. This is something that we don't see a lot in today's game. And so when it happens, I certainly want to call it out and shout it out. Yeah. So Army baseball, your Saturday guy, Justin Lamont, congratulations. Get some ice on that thing. You need to go take a couple-mile run, get some fresh blood through that arm. But wow, what a performance.
Who was that dude that pitched? Oh, fuck.
It was the Hawaii game, I think.
It was, he threw like 111. Okay, but he threw 10 innings and they lost.
Yeah, I think it was a Hawaii game.
Yeah. So that was not a good anyway. But no, so I want to see a rule change, coach. Yep. And it may have helped LSU win helped them walk it off in 7.
Yeah, help our strikeout
on Saturday.
Walk off strikeout walk.
But I want to see a rule change. I want to see drop third strike go away. I want to see that rule go away. You're rewarding a hitter for making a bad swing and not rewarding a pitcher for making a good pitch. If he throws a 58-foot breaking ball and you swing at it, that should be a strikeout. I don't give a shit who's on first, what's on second. I don't know who's on third. That type of shit, right? I do not care. I want to see that rule change. I don't think it will. I don't think it ever will. But if there were to be any rule changes in baseball, I think that's one of them. I think that, and also I thought about this too, which they might have put this in when they did the safety bag. But you hit a double. Why don't you have to touch the green bag?
Well, you can't. It's not a legal base.
No, but I know, but that's what I'm saying. But like, say, now, okay. So hypothetically,
it's just like when you're on first and you dive back to the base, you can't reach around and touch the green bag. We've actually seen that this year. Guy get tagged, umpire called him outright call because he's touching the green base and not the white base. So
correct.
It's technically not a legal bag once the runner touches first, because once he touches the green bag, he can't walk backwards and stand on the green bag. If he's on the green bag, tag him, he's out. Right. You have to come back to the white base or some games is green, some games is orange, just depending on whatever color, the second base.
If I'm a hitter, I'm rounding first on a ground ball to shortstop. I'm going to second. You can tell me I didn't touch the right bag? No, I was going to second.
Yeah, and that's true.
I mean,
that is true.
I'd be out by a mile. But like, okay, so let's just say you got Jared Jones at the bat. Mm. He hits the ground ball shortstop. He's like, fuck, I'm out. And he is, from me to the door from first base. And he's just kind of jogging. All of a sudden, ball goes 50 yards over the fucking first baseman's head. Can he then touch, like, round the bag?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You can touch the green bag and then go to second.
No. Not touch green bag. Touch inside
the white
corner.
Bag and go to second?
Touch inside corner.
Yes, because he's going
without
second.
touching green bag first.
Yes, because he's going to second.
I don't know. I think there's a bunch of poop holes in this.
There is
in this rule here.
There is.
I don't know. I don't like that. Look, I understand the purpose of the safety bag. Mm-hmm. It's for safety.
It's coming obviously. To MLB here soon, by the way.
Right. I understand the purpose of it. Do I like it? Absolutely fucking not.
Yeah.
It's baseball. Yeah. It's the only little bit of contact you get in baseball is those plays.
Yeah, because you don't get contact play to plate no more.
No.
Unless you're Liam Doyle. And you're just like
I mean,
you know,
unless you're making a hard tag.
punch him one in the
I do.
chest.
I've seen pickoffs where a dude gets fucking just smashed in the head
Yeah.
from a glove.
Oh,
Tags guys stealing second.
I'm not gonna say I taught it, but at the same time, I'm not gonna not say I didn't teach it.
Right.
When we pick, swipe that thing as
Yeah.
hard as you can.
Yeah.
Let it be known,
Yep.
like we here.
Yep.
Dude, it just is what it is. Like it's
wait.
not dirty baseball. I'm not trying to injure you. I'm just trying to make sure you know. You get a big enough lead, and we pick. You getting hit, dog.
Dude,
Like,
I saw something the other day, and I wish I could fucking pull it up because I don't remember if I saved it or not. But it was play at the plate.
mhm.
Catcher goes to catch. Runner slides in, and he's out. And catcher catches the ball, tags him, or what we thought caught the ball, but tags him. Umpire calls him out, and the catcher walks over to the ball and picks it up. But did it like a is anybody looking?
Yeah, just kind of nonchalantly.
And picks it up with his glove.
Yeah.
And then throws it around.
I think I saw that one.
Okay. Umpire never saw the ball, never changed his call. Coach comes out, starts arguing. The ball was fucking right there. You can literally see in the dirt, the imprint of the ball sitting right there. Never changed it and everything. And this brings me to umpires fucking sucked yesterday. I was at the game and they were fucking atrocious. Now, I will say I had a lot of fun, drank quite a bit of beer, and had a lot of fun telling the hitters left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right.
Sit down.
Yeah. That some of the guys around me, they were like, "It's the first time I've ever heard that." I was like, "You didn't fucking play baseball then."
Yeah, you have not been to a baseball game, bud.
You didn't go to any basketball games in high school because we used to do that when somebody committed a foul and get pulled. Get pulled out of the game. Oh yeah, and they go sit on the bench. Left, right, left, right.
Dude, the funniest thing about that was being in the student section. I can remember multiple times in a game where that would happen, and the player that got subbed would go to sit, and then he'd stand back up as we were saying, "Sit down," and he'd just look at us and point, and then he'd start walking on the bench, left, right.
It was great.
Eventually sit down. Quick shout out: Jay Johnson coaches 250th game as an LSU Tiger head coach Saturday. He won that game. But, Coach, did you know his record is exactly the same as Skip Bertman's first 250 games at 177 and 73. It is now tied for the best in program history.
Jesus Christ, really?
Yes, that is according to Todd Politz.
Peterson.
No, not Peterson.
Oh, damn.
Politz on Twitter. So
Politz.
I did not fact check this, so if it's wrong, don't blame me. Blame
So
Todd.
you're telling me that Jay's record?
Yep, in his first 250 games.
Oh, okay, got it. That makes sense.
Yep,
that makes a lot of sense.
In his first 250 games is the exact same as the great Skip Bertman's at 177 and 73. Coach Jay Johnson wins his 250th coach game at LSU Saturday. Unfortunately, he loses his 251st, but that one's not as important because 250 is a milestone, and you took the series that day too. So,
and he won't be there for 252. So,
hopefully, he appeals that and gets it changed because
that was chicken shit. Did you see what he said?
Yeah, he looked at him and he said, "You flinched. You fucking flinched, and you know it." And the umpire was like, "Oh, I fucking flinched? Yeah, I did, but you're gone." I'm like, dude,
I'm not flinching on this one. Hey.
Dude, it's so funny, too, because, like, if you watch the video, all the people in these comments on Twitter are so stupid. They're like, "Oh, it was a ball. It was a ball." And yes, it was a ball. He's not arguing balls and strikes. He's arguing that the umpire clenched the fist and went to ring him up and didn't. He's not arguing that it was a fucking ball or strike. If you are going to call it, you call it. If you're not going to call it, don't call it. And you can't, as an umpire, and I get it, this like that. Okay, that's how the game is. It's a split-second decision as an umpire. You got to call balls and strikes that fast. But you can't flinch, especially in that situation, because it was a big-time moment late in the game.
Correct.
And Jay walked up to him after he got tossed. He was like, "You got to give me a warning. And he said, "Oh, I gave the dugout a warning earlier in the game." That's a dugout warning. That is not me as a
Right.
head coach.
Now, if
And
it,
so I'm
but-
hoping that he appeals this and he's able to be in the game Thursday. If not, it is what it is.
Jesus Christ.
Bella just got up, everyone. If not, it is what it is.
I don't know what the fuck she was. She was dreaming about something or
Yeah,
something.
she
And
jumped
oh
up.
shit! She,
But yeah, hopefully he's in the game. But if not, it is what it is, man.
no, I mean, look, if he's not there, I think we'll still get the job done.
Yeah.
Cade knows what to do, and plus, I think it'll fire up the guys. Like, hey, do this for Jay. Get game 1, and then game 2, Jay will be back.
Look what happened when he got tossed late last year. We won the game. He comes running out the dugout and like jumps into the huddle.
That was
great.
phenomenal.
It was great.
That was phenomenal.
One quick piece, and I'll let you close this thing out. Anthony Ianson, phenomenal game. We talked about it. He said after the game, when I thought about entering the transfer portal and coming to LSU, this is the type of game that I thought about. Pretty fucking awesome
I
quote
love
right
that.
there. It's
I
a great
love that.
quote. So,
And he had 11.
yeah, 11 punchies.
Yeah, in 6, and he should have came out for the 7th. But it's not a big deal.
Yep.
It's not a big deal. It's fine. It's fine. We won 13-3. We fucking beat Arkansas's ass. Thank God. You know, we're good.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, look, Coach, with that shit being said, let me scroll over here. All right, look, with that being said.
Full LSU here for a second. Thumbs up. Because we're closing out. Go ahead, bud.
Oh, sorry, first.
You did. You was like, full. I didn't know if he was giving. You know,
no. I had to scratch it.
Sorry, that was
you
with my
went,
left hand. I know that's like illegal.
Well, it's not
in the-
illegal. It's
in the
just
military,
It's,
but-
it's like, can I say that? Yeah, I can. It's like in The Hangover. It's like masturbating on an airplane.
Oh, okay.
You know, it's just frowned upon. It's fine.
Britain for John Cena's 5-knuckle shuffle was translated to masturbation. So there's that.
Is that really?
Oh, saw that today.
Interesting.
Don't,
So-
again, did not know. Did not fact check this. Don't know if it's true. This was
Is
a Google,
that-
and you know everything on Google's true. So
Let us know if I'm.
shout out. Did you watch it?
No.
Okay. Shout out to John, still 17-time champ.
Well, what the fuck, dude? Dude, I can't do anything but this and study in school.
I know. That's why I told you. John Cena's still champ.
Yeah, well, your nipples are fucking showing.
Always.
Anyways, Coach Rob here. Diamond Dunk Discussions Unfiltered. We appreciate everybody tuning in. This has been a great episode, as every episode is. We will be back this week to give a preview on the last series. I think Wednesday.
Okay.
Yeah. If you're cool with it.
Oh, I'm good with it. I
Yeah,
just
yeah.
want to make sure you get your study time in. whatever you
No.
gotta do.
So my study time will start as soon as we end this, and I'll do both at the same time. And then when this is done, then I'll continue. I just gotta
Sounds good.
I gotta go on Quizlet, make one, and it helps me.
Sounds good, bud. Do what you got to do.
But no, we appreciate everybody tuning in. Thank y'all so much. Keep it going. Share, like, subscribe, all that good shit. This has been Diamond Discussions Unfiltered.